in your pet's eyes every time you get a chance and see if you see that happiness. When you start seeing a flower change, you know, like I know when my father was passing of cancer, just before he passed, I mean, he looked pale, gray, sick, laying in the hospital bed. And the following day, after 2 weeks, seeing him every day, after 2 weeks, I saw color back in his skin. I said, wow, it looked like he completely healed.
Yeah.
And the next morning he passed. They have to heal themselves before they go.
Yeah.
A healing process for 24 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
So I always think if you look in her eyes and she's got this beautiful glow and she looks a little happier than most of the time, or she looks like she's back the way she was before she got sick, then you will wait for 24 hours to expect her to cross over.
Right. Right. Okay. And since you told me that you do readings for people, I have a question about myself.
Well, we got this. If it's going to be a tarot reading, honey, I'm not doing that here in this show. But December the 5th, I'm going to put my email address there in a little bit. If you have questions, I can answer them. We are going to have the Battle of the Stars tarot readings with myself. Lady Star Raven is coming back. I want everybody to hear that. She had told me she'll be back for that show because, you know, and myself, Raven Nightshade, and Lady Star Raven, the three of us are going to do the Battle of the Star tarot readings that we do like maybe once a month or every other month. Don't forget it. Put it in your calendar, sweetie, Vince. You can get a free reading from 3 psychics, 3 tarot readers, professionals. Like I said, this show does not run on fakes.
Right.
Everything is real. Everything is real. And please put that on your calendar because when you do come in, we'll give you a special reading. Okay, sweetheart?
Okay. All right, great.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome, and blessed be. Now, that was Lord Vince from L.A. in the Marina Del Rey area, and it felt good to talk to someone from my hometown in Cali. We have a question. Lady Crosley has had a goat. And she had a question, and I'm glad she held on. And someone in the chat room, you know, was nice enough to help her a little bit. But the question she wants to know, the answer is that if, let's see, I guess she wants to know if her goat's happy, where her goat's at, or, let's see, where is it? I was saving it. I was saving her question.
And now you lost it.
And because everybody's chatting. Okay. I'm sure her question is she wants to know if her goat's happy where he or she's at, and if you can give her some insight about her goat. I guess she misses her goat. Lady C, we love you, sister. We're going to try to help you. Okay. Do you feel anything? Oh, he has passed. That's what she said, and I think she wants to get some information from you. Is she still with us? I'm sorry, honey.
Did Natters have a thing about play butting? Because I see that he's like going meh and kind of butting and doing a little dance like goats do.
Okay, so you're basically telling her that the goat is happy? The goat's okay?
He's doing a little happy little goat dance. It's hard to describe. I've seen goats do this because my friends down the road from me, they have a farm with horses and goats, and one of their goats, Missy, she's always doing this really happy little sound, and she'll come up to you and she'll nudge you, or she'll rub her head up doing little play butts, and she'll get all excited and do this little dance, and it's hard to describe, but I could see this goat doing this little happy dance. So I think that he is happy.
Oh, your goat is okay. And she said he thought he was a dog. And she says, yes, I guess he did the little dance when he was happy. Oh, that's wonderful, Vampire Shadow. You know, it feels good, and I feel good for other people when they're asking questions because everybody wants to know. We all want to know if our loved ones, our brothers and sisters, mothers, aunts, uncles, children, grandparents are happy in Summerland just as much as we want our pets to be happy. And I think that is a closure. I think it really is because I don't know if it's for guilt or we're feeling guilty or we're just wondering, but I think just the feeling of knowing that our pets and loved ones are happy wherever they're at spiritually in another plane, I think it makes us go on in this life as better people, even better, because we have that less worry. You know what I mean? It's like you worry, even if they're not with you. It's a natural instinct. It's emotional, and it can affect people in devastating ways in their lives. Just like we had that one caller, who was that, Jenny? She sounded like she was breaking up.
Yeah.
Because she probably has been going through her grieving, very terrible, and the thought that just her coming in and getting that answer from you put some ease in her heart. And I'm sure she's a little more at peace to know that her...
Sometimes it takes a long time, but eventually you do start to feel better about the passing of your pet. It took quite a long time for me to cope with Strider's passing because I was so close with him.
Yeah, and that was your German Shepherd, right?
No, he was a terrier in Border Collie mix.
Okay, because I recall that you had a little grave site for him. Like you had a little pet cemetery in your backyard with your animals.
Yep.
And I seen it. I seen the picture. It was very beautiful. You had it decorated, and do you still go out and visit your pets?
Yeah, I go out every few days, and I maintain the plots. We live out in the middle of nowhere. It's a very forested area. So there's a lot of trees and things like that, and sometimes we get really heavy winds, and the wind will knock down tree branches and stuff like that. So I go out and I remove the tree branches and any twigs or leaves and stuff like that.
Can I ask you one favor? For those who have not listened to the previous show, and Lady Raven Nightshade, I don't know if you went to listen to this part. Can you tell everybody about that cute little forest? I think it was a squirrel that you had encountered.
The squirrel. Well, it's a interesting story about the squirrel. As a lot of the ones that are in the Purple House know, I've been coping with depression for quite a long time since I was a child. And I was quite depressed this one particular day, and I figured, well, everything is not how it should be, and I'm really sad, and I don't want to live anymore. So I went out in the woods, and I was sitting there, and I was very upset. And this little squirrel came bounding across the woods, and she came over and she sat very close to me, and I was pretty freaked out by that. But before the squirrel came, there was these two robins sitting. They came and they sat up in the tree above me, and they were screaming at me. And after the robins left, that's when the squirrel came. And the squirrel, somehow she made me feel better in a way, that these little woodland animals are gravitating to me. I felt almost like Snow White in the Disney movie, where she was in the woods crying, and all the little animals came and surrounded her when she was upset. It was almost like that. And when I got in the house, I was sitting, we have a large window, and I was sitting there, and there's this big thump in the window, and it was a blue jay had smacked itself into the window next to my head.
Trying to find
I remember the first time I related the story to you guys, Madam Star, you had said that it was knocking some sense into me.
Yeah. She was contemplating of taking her life. She was